When you interview with McDonald's, the most important question they're going to ask you is, why do you want to work here? Why do you want this job? Why do you want to work at McDonald's? And if you don't have a great answer for this, well, you're not going to get hired. In today's video, I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to do to nail this absolutely critical interview question. Now, this is video 4 of a 5-part series. So if this is the first video you're seeing in the How to Get a Job with McDonald's series, make sure you go to the playlist and watch the first 3 videos because they are truly helpful when it comes to nailing your interview with McDonald's. And make sure you watch this to the very end, because at the very end of this video, I will actually tee up the 5th and final video right here on the screen so you can click through to the next one. All right, with that being said, let's get started. Now, first things first, why is this question so important? Well, I've been in recruitment for 15 years, and this question is often used as a tiebreaker. If you have multiple good candidates and they're all pretty equally qualified, if one candidate has a really compelling answer for why they want to work here, why they want this role, why they want to work with this company, it tends to serve as a bit of a tiebreaker, and it can help that person get a job over other equally qualified candidates. Now, when you're answering this interview question, there's actually a really simple formula to nailing it. As someone who has interviewed thousands and thousands of candidates, I can tell you what you want to do is use the 50-50 rule. Now, the 50-50 rule states that the first 50% of your answer, that needs to be about why the company is compelling to you. What is it about McDonald's that it's attractive to you that makes you want to work for that company specifically? Now, the second 50% of your answer, that needs to be about why you're a good fit for this role. Your entire career, up until this point, everything you've done, your traits, your personality, etc., what makes you a strong fit for the role you were interviewing for? And if you can do both of these things, you will nail this interview question and ultimately increase the likelihood of you getting a job offer with McDonald's. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 different answers, 3 different styles, 3 different ways to answer this interview question. Make sure you watch all 3. You want to choose the one that resonates most with you, because whatever sounds most authentic is going to be the best answer for you. Now, the first answer is you're going to use the McDonald's cares about their employee answers. So if you go to their website, you can actually read through about how they want to be a global talent destination. And McDonald's actually puts a lot of effort into making their company an attractive place to work. And they have this term, they call it glocal, and that's globally leveraged, locally relevant. And that whole point is they want to use the resources of a global organization to provide local employees with tools, opportunities, training, resources that are relevant to them and helping them grow their career. So you want to basically talk about why you're attracted to the opportunity at McDonald's is because of the way they emphasize caring about their employees. The answer might sound something like this. Ben, why are you interested in working at McDonald's? That's a really good question, and there are a lot of reasons why I'm interested in working at McDonald's, but one of the things that really stood out to me while I was doing my research is the emphasis that McDonald's puts on valuing their employees. I was reading on your website about your, it's called Glocal, which is globally leveraged, locally relevant, and how McDonald's actually puts a lot of effort and emphasis into helping their employees, upskilling their employees, and it just really stood out to me that a company as big as McDonald's, who's been around as long as McDonald's, really puts that type of intentional effort towards bettering their employees. I found that to be incredibly compelling. Additionally, I feel like I'd be a really good fit for this role because I've got about 5 years experience in customer service and I work well in high pressure situations, et cetera, et cetera. And that's basically it. You want to reference what you did in terms of research, because everybody likes a well-researched candidate. Lay out what it is about McDonald's that is attractive to you, and then end the answer by talking about why you're a good fit. Let's go to the next one. The next answer is the values answer. So here are McDonald's values, and what you basically want to do is choose one of their values and talk about how that's a strong value for yourself as well. So you're aligning yourself to the brand, which is a great strategic thing to do. But it also makes for a really good answer of why you want to work here. So the answer might sound a little bit like this. Ben, why do you want this job? Well, that's a really good question. And for me, there's a lot of things that are intriguing about McDonald's, but I really resonate with McDonald's values. Specifically, the value of integrity. Integrity is really important to me. Whenever when I'm going throughout my day, I try to make sure that every single decision I do is something that I feel is backed by integrity, and it's something I feel good about. So working for an organization that has really strong value alignment for me is really important, and McDonald's seems to have that. Additionally, I feel like I'd be a really good fit because I have worked in customer service for the last 5 years, and I have good experience working with, and then you go on to talk about why you're a good fit specifically. So another great way to answer this question and simultaneously identify yourself with the brand because of the value alignment that you share. Now, the last answer is the mission answer, and you're specifically going to talk about McDonald's mission, which is to make feel-good moments accessible for everyone, right? Like that's what they are hoping to achieve with the restaurants, and you want to tie yourself to that mission. Like you're motivated by that mission, and I would also share here that you've experienced this because you're a fan of McDonald's. You've always loved going to their restaurant, and you feel like a tie with that mission. It's something you can get behind. So the answer might sound something like this: Ben, why do you want this job? There's a lot of reasons why I'm interested in this job. I have always been a big fan of McDonald's. I've been coming to your restaurant for years, and I really love it. And when I was doing research for this interview, I was reading online about your mission, and your mission, once I read it, made so much sense as to why I've always had such a good experience coming to McDonald's. Your mission being making feel-good moments accessible for everyone, and that is what I've always felt when I've been at McDonald's, and I think that's something that I'd like to be a part of. I feel like I'd be a really good fit at this job because I've got about 5 years experience in the food and beverage industry, and I really resonate with your mission, and I feel like my experience would put me in the position to help carry out that mission, serving your customers. There you go. That's a great way to answer this question. It shows that you've been a longtime patron, shows you did your research, talks about their mission and how it's meaningful to you, and talks about how you could be a part of that. And if you answer it like that, you will do great. Now, the last thing that you need in order to nail your interview with McDonald's is you need to have great questions to ask the person who is interviewing you. At the end of every interview, they're going to say, do you have any questions for me? And you need to have great questions. So in this video here, I've actually teed up 5 great questions you can ask in your McDonald's interview so you can finish strong. So I'm done here. I'll see you over there.